Hey, it's JennyB from FindingTasty.com. Today I'm going to show you how to make chicken under a brick, a French classic. I start with tomato concassé, which is nothing more than a tomato cut in half, the goo squeezed out, and the flesh chopped up. I have about 3 or 4 small tomatoes there. 1 clove of garlic and 1 shallot, both of them minced. Then of course it's chicken. I've got boneless chicken breast with skin on, and I'm using a really heavy cast iron skillet. Now it's set over medium heat. I've put in quite a bit of oil, but you'll see at the end that most of that oil gets poured out. I've put a little sea salt on each chicken breast, and I put them into the pan skin side down. This is called the presentation side, kind of a chefy term. Now here comes the brick part. What you need to do is get a skillet, spray the bottom side of it. The skillet needs to be smaller than the pan that you're currently cooking in, and then get the heaviest object you have in your kitchen. So that could be a brick. I asked if I could use my husband's head. He said no. Anyway, I used a mortar and pestle. So it cooks like that for 3.5 minutes, totally undisturbed. Remember, at medium heat. And then you take the weight and the skillet off and flip the chicken over. Get a little bit of oil from the pan into the spot where you're going to flip it. You can see I was talking to my husband. The chicken got a little dark. Splatter. Hey, this is real cooking. Put the saute pan back on and put your heavy object right back on. Just make sure the heavy object is heat resistant or heat proof. Another 3.5 minutes, still at medium heat, and the chicken's done. It's just been about 7 minutes total. It's going to be perfect in there. What the weight does is it squishes and compresses the chicken to keep it really juicy. The outside will be crunchy and crispy. It's really fantastic. I take the chicken out of the pan, and then I'm going to pour, look at that golden side. I'm going to pour the oil out. So now I have a dry pan, and into that dry pan goes my minced shallot and the minced garlic clove. Give it a little stir around to get it going, but the pan's quite dry, and so you don't want to leave it to cook too long or the shallot and the garlic will burn. So in goes the tomato concassé. The tomato will start to break down and begin to deglaze the bottom of the pan. But to help it along, I'll put in about a half a cup of white wine, and then I'm going to crank up the heat to high, and I'm going to let that cook for about 1.5 to 2 minutes, and it will reduce and develop a really nice flavor. Oh, before I do that, actually, I forgot. I'm going to put in some Dijon mustard, about a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. Stir it around to get it nicely incorporated. You notice I shake the pan a lot as I move with the spoon, and this is kind of like double action. It gets things moving in the pan a lot easier than just moving the spoon alone. So now it's reduced. I turn the heat off, and I'm putting in 2 pats of butter. Now this is sauce enough for 2, maybe 4 chicken breasts. 2 pats of butter isn't too bad. The heat needs to go off, and just the residual heat of the sauce will melt the butter. But I don't want to cook the butter. I don't want the milk solids to separate out. I don't want the butter to break. And that's just created a gorgeous, velvety, smooth sauce. It's fantastic. Not too acidic from the wine because it's cooked. That's some fresh chopped parsley to go in. You could use fresh chopped tarragon if you like, whatever kind of fresh herb you like. And that's it. I'll put the chicken back in just to warm it a little bit, and then it's ready. 10 minutes, and we have a super, super elegant, lovely French dinner. Come visit me at FindingTasty.com.